What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for jumping into another video. My name is Josh and I am just your average Joe day trader. Well, it is Monday, September 8th. The market just closed about 11 minutes ago. It's 8:11 p.m. And what a wild ride. I'm just going to start by telling each and every one of you, today is not a September day in the market. A normal September, almost second week of September day is a total red wash. I mean, like literally you could travel to Israel and look at the Dead Sea and see the Red Sea everywhere, but not the case. Not the case right now. Matter of fact, there were more things running up today. I had a hard time as a retail day trader deciding what to get into. And I thought I made a pretty bad decision because initially I didn't get into SoundHound. I got into APLD. I did eventually get into SoundHound and I ran them both today. And man, was I super happy to run those two trades today because I made more today than I had made in many days trading in prior weeks. I don't know what was happening today. S&P 500 looks strong. Everything looks strong. But bottom line, there was some news for APLD today. And, to be totally fair, it wasn't news that should have caused the market to run. Basically, what happened was there was an announcement today that basically, I've said basically like 10 times. Basically, there was an announcement today that said that APLD, Applied Digital Management, is going to be meeting with Roth MKM, which is basically they're in New York and they deal with one-on-one group. They deal with one-on-one or group investor meetings. They deal with conferences. They do investor updates. They do analyst coverage sessions. Why did that cause APLD to literally skyrocket? I mean, not that I'm complaining because I got into APLD today at $13.20 and literally it was at like $13.80, $13.85, $13.90, $13.95. I'm like, man, do I sell? Normally, that's when I would sell out, right? I made my money for the day, see profit, take profit, get out of APLD, call it a day. I was up like, I don't know, I think maybe $700-800 at the point. But I didn't. Something said to me like, hold fast, because APLD was at a support level and it just continued to bounce up and down at that support level. And I'm going to show you on the chart. And basically, I just said to myself, you know what, hold off. Well, 4 o'clock came, the market closed, and I'm like, And then 401, 402, 405, 410, it starts ticking up. It was at 1391, 1392, 1393. And I'm like, okay, this is cool. Let's let it run. I went away from it for a couple minutes, came back to it, 1401, 1405, 1410. I'm like, what in the world is going on with APLD? It's running better in the aftermarket, the post-market, than it was during the day. And that's not true. It actually ran amazingly today. But truth be told, this news came out about APLD potentially being in discussion with Roth MKM, and it was like you would have thought that they had announced that they had another tenant for their data center. So anyway, I think it's an incredible thing for APLD. I also understand that this is an incredible thing because potentially APLD is talking about becoming part of an ETF. And if APLD becomes part of an ETF and there's some other bigger companies that are part of the ETF, it's going to continue to run. Well, I also heard some interesting rumors today. Buy the rumor, sell the news. I'm not sure if this is true or not, but BBAI is also in a similar situation where potentially they're either going to become part of a bigger conglomeration or they're going to become part of some sort of an ETF. I don't know, but I heard it. It could be totally false. I haven't done any research on it yet. I'm sharing it with you right now because I heard it. But my understanding is BBAI could turn around and run very strong because of this news. So we'll see, because you know that catalysts behind news, when it's a rumor, tend to pump the stocks through the roof like a rocket ship. You got to buy the rumor. You ride it until it gets to the point where like the news comes out and it was like, that's not what it was. And then honestly, that's when options players should be buying puts. So keep an eye on BBAI because I think something big's about to happen with BBAI. I'm excited. Long-term stockholder for BBAI, have a long-term stock hold on APLD, but I also day trade the heck out of APLD. I day trade the heck out of SoundHound. SoundHound was on fire today and it ran up, my gosh, incredibly. So let's just kind of take a minute and look at some of these charts because I want you to see what I was seeing all day long and just to kind of understand it. So we'll start first like we always do. Let's go to the S&P 500. And just kind of show you what was happening in here today. Let's go to the 15 minutes. We're already in a 15-minute chart. So you can see that the S&P 500 came through, and it's Monday, right? I mean, it's Monday, but it came through the pre-market in the morning, and it ran up, and it had a nice run up. And then it kind of corrected and pulled back a little bit and went down. But then at the end of the day, back to pulling up. And even the correction, the pullback today at 647.23. I mean, like, it's not even a pullback. It's still, these are all-time highs. And listen, look at this. It closed at 648.83. And in the post-market, it's running up with everything else. It's at 649.40. Okay, so SPY is doing incredible work today. And I know a lot of traders are playing calls, playing puts. You got to know that game, right? But right now, running up. Look, it just even got another tick up, 649.15. It's this little abandoned baby is about to grow. I mean, just craziness going on in the market with the S&P 500. Okay, I lied. It came down a little bit red, 649. Let's see, 649.32. Sorry. But you know what? Still a very, very strong market day today. Let's go to some of those AJDT, average Joe day trade, best stocks for day trading. Just kind of take a look and see what's happening overall. We'll start at the top, work our way down. Tesla did not have a great day today. I know that I'm trying to think of what is the opposite for Tesla. So here, let's go to my Tesla runs. I'm just going to do this with you in the video so you can kind of see what's going on. Tesla runs. So let's see, 346.40. TSLR runs the same direction. TSLQ is the one that runs up. TSLL runs down with it. TSLS runs up. So TSLR and TSLL, look at them. Look, you could buy basically a Tesla stock at $7 or at $13. Why not buy the $7 one? But this one's a 1X, so it doesn't move as fast as this one's a 2X, so this one's going to move quicker. But look, 1303 to 1393 at 1401 it closed, 1395 now. Or the TSLS, you could have gotten in at $6.80, ran it to 707, closed at 705, sitting at 706. And these are 24-hour stocks. You could be making money while you sleep if you know that something like Tesla is going to continue to run down because of some bad news. But let's get back to the average Joe day trade, best trade stocks. All right, NVIDIA had a nice run pump in the morning. I was happy to see that. Palantir, same thing. And, it did pull back a little bit, but it held. Both NVIDIA and Palantir somewhat held, not too bad. AMD, not much going on with AMD today. It had a bit of a bump up here in the morning. Hood is, man, let me just tell you, Hood is a winner today. So you all should know by now, if you've been watching my videos or you're listening to the news, that Robinhood basically is now part of the S&P 500. It was at look, $99, okay, $95. It's now sitting at $117.90. This would be for me a little bit of FOMO, but check this out, because I've shared with you in my charts, $117.96, okay? $118.45 is my blue sky resistance level. If Robinhood breaks this $118.45, then the sky's the limit. It's potentially going to continue to go. So I'm going to have to consider Robinhood a little bit here, because now part of the S&P 500, you know how I love to play the S&P 500. Do your homework, do your research, not financial advice, but take a look at it. It's incredible. And we had the golden cross. The 50-day moving average is well above the 200-day moving average, and it continues to rocket. So Robinhood, very, very good. And I shout out to David in Discord, talked about making some money in calls today with a $5 run. Congratulations. Glad you were profitable, but just some good things there. HIMS also had a nice run up here first thing in the morning. Rocket Labs, same thing. It ran up and it stayed. So Rocket Labs, listen, I'm waiting for Rocket Labs to cross that $50 mark. Another one that down here, Golden Cross, 50 is over the 200, continues to show that upward momentum. If you go to the daily, looking strong. Look at this, looking strong the last couple days, on its way up. So you got to keep those things in mind. Ionic, yeah, and that's something I wanted to share with you all. So Ionic is obviously, it's more of a quantum type company. So right now on a down, recovering at the end of the day. But I'm going to tell you, based on what's happening in the market right now, there's two things I want you to take a very strong look at. Two things specifically. The quantum stocks, okay? I like QBTS, QUBT. Those are good quantum stocks I like to trade. Those are two of them. There's many, many more. and also anything data center related, because the big companies are buying up the data centers, and these little companies like an APLD, like a BBAI, potentially could get sucked into, these big companies, big corporations that see their value, and right now, for whatever reason, they're running. So take a look at those to understand what you want to trade in. But quantums and data centers, take a look. You can definitely make some money. And this is September, which is what's crazy. I'm not going to lie to you, everyone. September is supposed to be the worst month of the year. And today it proved itself to be more like a February or a November into December. So just be careful. Be very careful. Be very cautious, because this could turn very quick. SMCI, a little bit on a down run. SMR, same thing. Did drop down and then sort of trying to recover here in the aftermarket. CCL, followed the same path today. Let's see, CNC down and then ran across. IREN had my goodness, look at IREN in the post market. Look what it did. It was at 25.38. It's at 29.10, $29 overnight right now. I don't know what the news or the catalyst is behind this. Let's see if it says anything here since we're together. IREN appoints Anthony Lewis as new chief financial officer following the departure of Belinda Nusiforo. So obviously, IREN and their investors like the news, and that's what sometimes happens. Listen, that's an incredible $4 or $5 swing upward momentum, and it's still going. So nice. SoFi also ran up most of the day. Very nice. You know me, I'm waiting for it to hit back down to $24. This potentially in the next few weeks could hit 30 though. There's a lot of good positive momentum and talk for SoFi. We'll see what happens. Run hard down and stayed. SBET was running all day long. I heard the guys talking about it earlier. QBTS, like I said to you, a lot of opportunities in it to make money. QUBT, same thing. A lot of opportunities in there to make some money. APLD, okay, here's my APLD, right? So check this out. Friday, APLD closed, I want to say at about, let's say this is $13.89. Had a nice bit of a run up in the post market. 8 p.m. shut down at $14.02 with a high of $14.20. In the 24-hour, or I should say at the 4:30, no, I'm right. Let me go back. 8 p.m. It opened up last night, and it was already up in this high $14 range, and it's kind of stayed there, came down a little bit, and then you had what APLD does every single trading day, this hard drop. But I'm going to tell you, this hard drop scared me a little bit, because this hard drop was a lot. It doesn't look like it on this chart, but a lot more significant than what I'd seen in the past for APLD. So, and I can't get my chart. I never can get this right. I can never get it. There we go. But a hard run down all the way to 13.16. Matter of fact, my brother-in-law, he's been trading APLD consistently because every day I talk to him about APLD. He thought by chance this was going to hit the 12s. Remember, we've got this floor and ceiling, and I don't know if you can see it on here. Let's see if we can pull it up. Okay, 1732 is the ceiling, 1353 was the floor. Well, now we have a new floor, 1316, right? Because it broke it. And we thought as soon as it breaks this, it was going to continue running down. I felt it as well. My next level was 1215. So anyway, it didn't. It did pretty good, and it held, and then it rocketed up, and it went from 1360. I got in it at 1320, and when we got to the market close here at about, I didn't sell off at a 1395. I think it even hit 1399. I didn't sell it. Something told me, like, stay in it, don't go anywhere. So I stayed in it. And I said, what's the worst that can happen? Let me see what it does up to 8 p.m. I was already in a really huge profit, $700-800, somewhere around there. So like I could take the chance, see what happens. Well, then that news came in about this potential meeting, and look what it did. $14.71. You got to be kidding me. Now I will tell you, total transparency with all of you as my subscribers, Discord members, whatever. I don't like to give any fluff. I freaked out at one point because in the 5-minute, I saw this major candle right here. This bad boy, okay? And I was like, okay, now what? And so I ended up getting out of it. When it recovered a little bit, and in this candle here, I got out at 1448 or 1450. I sold it at 1450 and got out, and I have no regrets. No regrets, because I made over almost $1,500. No regrets at all. 1540 1540 is what I made. But it did go to 1471. And look what's happening now. Even it had this hard drop. And even in the 24-hour market, since the market's closed, it's running back up. It's at 1457 again. It dropped back down. Okay. At 805, it dropped down to 1426, but it's back up 1457. I mean, so like APLD is going to run. And I wish I had seen that. I would have jumped back in it at 1420 something, knowing what it was going to do. But anyway, hey, didn't see it. See profit, took profit. NVTS, nice run all day long. It came up hard, dropped, but now in the aftermarket ran up. And then BBAI wasn't very impressive today, but I'm waiting to see what this news is going to do. So what I did want to also share with you this morning, I had some fun, and let's see if it's here. I got into one this morning, BMR, Beamer Imaging. Yeah, Beamer Imaging. Yeah. So I got into Beamer Imaging. It was a fun play. It was one of those scanner plays. I just happened to be getting ready for work in the morning. I always have my computer up, monitoring what's going on. I saw this thing hit the scanner, and it opened up at $2.80. And I was like, oh, wow, look at this thing. And the candle was growing and was pumping. And I got in at the second candle. I got in somewhere around, I don't know, $2. No, I'm sorry. I got in here somewhere around, $2.90 something, and got out at about $3.30 something. Went in heavy, made some money on it, jumped out, had a quick fun time on it, and then it did what most of these plays do. It had a hard drop. So anyway, listen, are you visiting us for the first time? Are you brand new to the channel? Are you potentially a new subscriber? Hit the subscribe button. We're building this community, 1,490 subscribers so far. I know that a lot of you continue to ask me about the Discord, but somebody got in the Discord. I let like almost 100 people into the Discord. Somebody cloned me and the accounts and started hitting people up and scamming them for money, saying they were my friends and doing friends invites and all these things. So I had to shut it down. We've got about 30 some odd guys and gals in the Discord right now that continue to trade with us. And it's not a Discord for me to get in and do live plays. I don't do that. I don't get on and do live and I'm showing you my ins and out. I share with you, hey, I got into APLD. I'm in it at this much. I'm riding it right now. I'm not out yet. Here's what you should be looking at. Here are the stocks to play. But it's not one that you pay for. So it's not one that you're going to pay me $50 a month and I'm going to give you plays and I'm going to share with you what you should be getting in and out of. I don't do that. I believe that you need to educate yourself. Candlestick patterns, support and resistance level, floor and ceiling, box strategy. I have a ton of videos that teach you on all of those things that you should be learning how to trade. If you want to be part of that Discord, then send me a YouTube comment and we'll figure out a way for you to send me a private message where I can get your email address, send you some information, test to see who you are a little bit first, because now I've got to be careful who joins it and let you be a part of it. But it's just a great group of people that just love to share their trades and talk about what they're doing and all that. And that's exactly what I wanted that Discord community to be. At one point, I'm probably going to have to open it up and charge people to be part of it, because I got a lot of talented people in there that are sharing plays and making people a lot of money. And there's some benefit to that and being part of that. So we'll see. I haven't decided on it. I'm praying about that. We'll see what happens. Anyway, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified every time we upload a new video. Thank you for being here. Drop me a comment. Let me know how you feel. How did you do today? Did you make money today? You had to make money today. Most of the stocks ran up pretty much most of the day and then pulled back, but there were several that were on fire. And I'm glad that I was able to be in some of them. And I know a lot of the folks that I talk to every day in trading and even commenting are in them every day. Let's do it. Hit that Average Joe Day Trader best day trade list. I'm going to put it back up here on the screen so you can see it again. Pause it, screenshot it. Those are the ones right now through the month of August and September that I believe could give you the best value. Again, you've got to do your own homework, your own due diligence, and understand what you're trading, what you're getting in and out of. But that is it. That is my update for Monday night. Looking forward to tomorrow morning, 4:30 a.m. when the market opens and 9:30 when the bell rings. Let's see where we're at. Everybody have a great night. Josh out. Peace.